If it would have weakened you, I would not have answered the question. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hands. Right here? No, behind you. Yes.
I want to ask you about, from before the break we were talking about the energy that gathers with its purposes, and your purpose to pass your hand through the glass, or your purpose to pick the glass up. So the baluster, metal parts, wood, glue, all of that stuff, when I put my hand on it and walk up the step, has the specific conscious intent to hold me specifically steady as I round that corner and go up there. All the way back to the God and His kingdom. All that stuff knows that it's holding me specifically up when I round that corner.
It knows that it's identifying or rendering experienceable the function. That function, yes.
Universally or specifically? I mean, does that post know me?
That post is you.
It's hard to approach this, but I found that when you were saying that everything is held in trust as the Holy Spirit, see, I'm putting this together. That.
Yes, you are putting it together.
Yes, I am. And then I want to make it personal so I can drag it into my my bag of tricks.
Mm-hmm. Won't work.
No, it ain't so.
Right.
So my best deal is just to love the post as I go around, know it's loving me.
It knows how to be the form that it is, and it knows how to identify its function, whatever that might be at any given moment. And at one moment it may not be to support you. It may be for it to let you pass through. Now remember something else. It's not there to fulfill your purpose. It's there to fulfill God's purpose. And so a hand passing through a glass won't happen because you have decided with your puny little private mind that you want to pass your hand through the glass, but because passing your hand through the glass fulfills a movement of fulfillment that God is being at that moment. Passing your hand through a glass or picking the glass up will never be because you personally decided that's what you were going to do or what needed to happen, but because you and the glass are both willingly being the place where God is being the only thing going on. And that identifies God's purpose. Which you will find yourself experiencing as yours, your purpose as well, but not a purpose originating from you.
The razor's edge and the slippery slope, and that's the way all of this reality seems as we approach it with our personal intents. But what I'm finding really is working is this, where you're talking about just the simple joining and then the sense of family. That makes sense to me. That's what's working in my life to change it, where when I'm appropriately, I'll pass my hand through these things. It ain't going to come from figuring this stuff out and getting clever.
It will never be a demonstration of personal capacity.
No. But the fact the post and I are part of each other, that's where my understanding has to, that's where I need to just shut up and just be still and let you in, let the feeling of being with you in my life. That's the way to that experience. There's no way that I can work with this intellectually or with any of my equipment. I just
That's correct.
sit still, be still, and enjoy the presence of my guide or you or the Father, and that's my pathway to appropriate experience passing through or not passing through with post.
Yes. Now, it's a fact that the world needs evidence of the possibility. But the only way it will happen is when you've yielded. And it won't be you demonstrating anything to the world.
It'll be the family reflecting the Father's will.
That's correct.
So joining the family is my way into the Father's, being an active expression of God's will is by being part of the family.
That's right, and loving the family. Letting the family, the brotherhood, be your object of affection.
Those feelings are where I'm seeing the change happen. And my background's in metaphysics and science and doing things, which apparently has always sustained me, and I get excited about seeing the changes in my life from being still and joining, and then it's like, whoa, I can kind of make sense out of that, and that sounds clever, and I put these things together, but then it's still just going to simply be sitting there and enjoying the presence of God.
The more you put it together, the more powerless you will feel.
Exactly. And the more the painful experience of having it taken back apart can be available. As I put it together, then sometimes the experiences of it being taken back apart can be what you call a crisis. And
yes.
I don't need to go into warts to start loving my hand.
You will find that the more powerless you feel, the more meaningful your presence will be.
I don't get much power up to be with my family. When you walk in with the family, that's where you can let the power down. You can, stop defending yourself and just relax and be at home.
Yes, that's not what most families do. But that is what should be happening. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hands. Yes.
Since last summer, I feel like I made kind of a more concerted effort to commit myself 100% toward, I'm not really sure toward what, waking up to embracing everything you're teaching us. And it feels to me like when I did that, things fell into place, and I wasn't worried about things as much as I used to be. And I used to worry about everything constantly and be depressed all the time. And I feel like now, although I don't hear anything, I've asked you this before, I don't hear guidance, but I feel it very strongly. That has to be what I'm feeling. And I guess what I want to ask you is, how accurately am I feeling that and following it?
Quite accurately. Yes. I still encourage you to be open to a flow of words, a more direct communication.
That's what I would really, really like, because I would like to have an ongoing, constant conversation like, oh, what is this? Or what is this person really saying to me? Or I know that I ask those things and I feel things, but I don't completely trust what I interpret.
I understand.
And there's too much to interpret, and I don't want any more interpretation.
Yes. Just persist.
Okay, you too.
I am persistence itself.
Thank you.
Okay, hands. In the white blouse.
Many years ago, in a gathering, there were dolphins that were beaching themselves in South America. And you were asked about it, and you said they were doing it in honor of a child who'd been born. I need to know more. That child now would be a teenager. And I need the comfort of knowing how many souls are incarnated on our planet now who are here to help us. I'd like to know, what is it with the indigo children, I need to know the hosts that are here.
Well, you know what? They need to know about you. You're not insignificant. You're not a non-contributor. The world needs you, and you, and you, and you, and everyone in this room to be the agent for change. Don't make a big deal out of indigo children or any others that you hear about that have some role, some divine role. I need you and everyone to be the ones yourselves. And that's where my attention is, and that's where I would have your attention be. You are the light of the world. If there are others out there, let them be out there. Don't be distracted by them. Give your attention to doing your listening, your turning toward the altar, your leaning into God, your making commitment to that leaning, and then living out from it. They'll do their work, whatever it is. You do yours. And I will only talk to you about you doing yours, not about them. And I will save you a lot of grief by working with you that way, every one of you.
But I think you know that I don't need Okay, the place that question comes from is in my hope that there are people in hot spots in the world, that there's help there, that without having my head in the clouds.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Okay.
The only hot spot there is the place where an ignorance in you gets transformed into a clarity. And that hot spot in you, when it transforms from ignorance to clarity, blesses what you were calling the hot spots. You can relax in the fact that there is a God. You can relax in the fact that reality insists upon breaking through everyone's commitment to their own tiny definitions of reality that make reality seem different from what it is. Go home today with this one thing which I've been saying over and over. Truth, reality, is dominant. That which is dominant replaces that which is not. That which is real fills the void where nothing seems to be. Because it's the only thing there is. The kind of help that you are all supplied with is far greater than the help you might imagine from a group of indigo children. It's the presence of God, omnipresent, being the wholeness of you and undoing in you the ignorance that says to you, you're tiny and inconsequential and having a rough time and blah, blah, blah. You see? Keep the spark, keep the flame alive in you by giving your attention where you can be the place where a hot spot is turned into peace and harmony.
I understand that. What do you see when you see a Baghdad or a Rwanda or a Bosnia? What do you see? What is reality?
I see human will yielding ever so slowly to the truth, which I see is dominant.
I don't know what it's. I'm really curious about what reality looks like from your perspective in those places. Like, what kind of light is there? What do you see? What in all those souls and all those beings there? What do you see?
It isn't so much what I see as what I hear, figuratively speaking. When people are in a real deep sleep, they snore. There's this wonderful illumination of reality as it is, and then there is this awful noise. Of snoring. What do I see? Nothing that disturbs me. Because what you call disturbing would have to be real in order for it to disturb me. And if you want to be undisturbed yourself, you're going to need to be more curious about what is real there for you. And you're only going to be able to find that out by going within and asking for that vision. The world in turmoil that you see out there is no more real than the wart on your hand. And the only thing that's going to uncover the fact that that turmoil is an illusion is you finding your peace. And you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and every one of you finding your peace. And by withdrawing your conflict from the world scene, because it's been replaced with real peace, a connection with the peace of God, your world will apparently heal much more rapidly, just as the wart will disappear much more rapidly. But not because you addressed a wart.
No.
Whenever you find yourself impressed by the idea of there being groups of helpers being born into the world today, the minute you find yourself feeling a response to this, squelch it and say, I am the light of the world, and I refuse to be distracted from whatever it takes to make my light brighter. I refuse to become distracted by whatever would take my attention away from listening and being the place where God is glorified. Because I'm not standing in the way of His will being done right where I am, and thus fulfilling my real purpose with a capital P.
I don't have I understand that perfectly, and I think you know that that is my intent.
Yes.
I'm very appreciative of groups like ours and know that there must be many others that are working towards the same thing. I'm very grateful for that.
I'm making minor corrections here. Groups like these, ones like you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That there are many ones like us, or ones like me. I'm very grateful for that. And I'm so glad that I'm constantly seeing people that I'm so happy to share the planet with. It's a wonderful thing. I was curious why the dolphins would choose to beach themselves when someone was born. I mean, that touched me very much. That happened, that you gave that answer. It moves me. It makes me feel like I want to cry because I'm so grateful. And
Let's stay with that gratitude.
I do, and I look for that. And so in my question, I was wanting to hook into that gratitude even more, because never, I think, have we ever needed so many beings like me who love. And I'm very grateful for that, and I just want to expand it.
Then stay with the process.
Don't have much choice.
The fact that there seems never to have been a greater need means that everyone is at a threshold of breakthrough.
I feel that. Can you tell me?
Breakthrough of illumination and clarification and purification, meaning the removal of that which is irrelevant and extraneous to what is of value. That's all.
Yeah, I feel that. Can I just ask you if meaning is like being? It's one thing that when you experience the meaning of a thing, it's not like you can say what it means, but it's meaning with a capital M, and it's one.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You are
I
welcome.
really appreciate that.
You are welcome. Hands. Right here.
Is it appropriate for me to ask a question for my friend Petra or for myself?
I would rather you ask a question for yourself.
Okay. I feel like I've received so much from today, and I feel really full and grateful. I have a desire to take the next step, as I always am, with my curiosity, with my commitment to seeing clearly. And so my question is, what's my next step? The places specifically where I see that I may be stuck is in my relationship with school and stress, and also with my parents.
Well, those are excellent starting places then, since they're obvious to you. You don't have to go further than that. Pay attention to the obvious. And pay attention to the need. Not the wants, but the needs. Because where the need is felt is where the breakthrough is about to occur.
What do you do when the need feels so painful that you...
The only reason it feels painful is because the breakthrough is being resisted. Need is fulfillment, blossoming, but being resisted.
Why would I resist? I mean, clearly I do, and I just wonder why.
That's the question to ask. It's a question I'm not going to answer. That is going to have to come from within in order for you to make the connection and feel it. Inevitably, it's always a fear of a loss of something essential. A loss of something you think is essential. And most often, the thing that you fear the loss of most is control. Control. I really am speaking generally, and I'm not giving you hints here.